good power pick, but as an answer to a potential split pusher such as Camille, right? If you are expecting that they want to play side lane, what is better than these champions with the semi-globals, junglers like Nocturne and Pantheon that are incredibly difficult to play around, to be able to be safe when you're pushing as a Camille against a Pantheon? You need such deep vision because that ultimate can come in from very, very far away. I also note that Renekton is still up here, and Renekton is a very powerful laner, especially the point and click stun of Pantheon in combination with that of Renekton is really dangerous to lane against and makes for incredibly strong dives.
Well, the jungle pick for Immortals here will lillia for Xerxe as okay.
Support Pantheon, I think.
That is a support Pantheon, or could maybe a super mega throwback and it goes mid as well. Could be mid. There's flex power here. But with Taliyah and Renekton picked up, Cloud9 just sees the opportunity to grab this incredibly effective 2v2 in the top side there with the top laner and the jungler setting each other up. Taliyah, Renekton locked in, man. And
to be fair, it could be Taliyah mid, but we don't really see that anymore. Ever since they kind of changed the AoE on the Q, it's harder for mid Taliyah to actually get the shove. So generally you don't see that going there, but theoretically there is, you know, a lot of different flexes that actually could come through. It could be Taliyah mid or jungle. It could be Pantheon support or mid even or jungle. So there are some possibilities here, and Immortals is going to have to give respect to that. They, of course, are tipping their hand a bit that they are not expecting this to be a mid laner by banning out the Azir. We have the Orianna picked up already for Immortals, and it is interesting to see the Azir banned out because this is something, if you talk to bros, they usually have a fairly strong opinion on who wins this side of the matchup, and not everyone is in agreement. But most people I have talked to do feel that Orianna wins against Azir, that is an Orianna favored matchup, so interesting to see Immortals banning that out.
Well, the ban from Cloud9 is the Alistar. We've been talking about the flex pick power of C9's draft so far, but Immortals picks are pretty rigid. Camille's going top, Lillia's going into the jungle, Orianna's going mid. That means C9 knows to focus the bottom lane roles. It looks like that first ban's going to be support. We'll see where the next couple go as Immortals continue to ban towards the mid lane, keeping the Twisted Fate away from Perkz. They do not want him being able to go to those side lanes, impact those. So what will our final ban be here for the side of Cloud9? Will it be, okay, it will just be another support potential there with the Galio.
Yeah, Galio Camille is just such a strong combo. Kaisa is kind of conspicuously open, fallen pretty far in the draft. So you are expecting at least one of these teams to be grabbing it. If you're looking towards the engaged supports on the side of Immortals, Leona is up, Nautilus is up. Those are both strong picks, I think, that can work into some of what we've already seen drafted here by Cloud9. The Leona makes sense, especially if you're really unsure where some of these picks are going. Leona is just kind of generically strong, does offer a lot of lockdown. The Kaisa, not a surprise to see that getting picked up. And it's going to be Yone for the mid lane. So Perkz going to be grabbing the Yone. It should be Taliyah jungle. It should be support Pantheon. Very, very interesting. I wonder what Immortals wants to do here, if they're going to go for an aggressive option to try to punish this Kaisa plus Pantheon lane if they feel like they can really go at it, because Kaisa isn't one of the absolute strongest laners. You can look to play for the push. Pantheon has a very powerful all-in, but if you're not looking for the all-in, you don't necessarily have the kill potential, and they're going Lucian. We have not seen Lucian in the bot lane for a while, and it's almost exclusively used as a mid lane counter pick these days. But Lucian plus Leona, incredibly powerful all-in here. Great gank setup for any potential ganks coming in here from Xerxe, for any potential TP flanks coming in from Revenge. And we have got some very spicy picks here for this game, Flowers. I am so excited. And I'm also really interested to see, are we going to get the Ignite TP Camille again? Because that is not only something that people like to play against Jax, it is actually used against Renekton and solo queue quite a lot as well. In those two particular matchups, it does give you the ability to actually have kill pressure, not just in the early game, but even having that healing debuff without having to buy an Executioners for your all-in is actually pretty big for even the mid and late game all-ins at times. So can be an option, but we haven't seen it work out really very well in the LCS. Has been punished very effectively, especially by Cloud9, who played against it twice and ganked it early and often to really try to punish that lack of flash.
And we've got two different melee supports that can set their allies up for some all-ins. As you already talked about, Kaisa likes to dive in there. She can be set up for some damage. We know what Lucian does in terms of going all in and looking for the kills early on in the game. And we have two different AP junglers that can move around the map very effectively. So I'm really curious where these junglers are going to prioritize their focus to get the lanes rolling.
And it is Ignite for Revenge. So he has got to be very cognizant of the fact that Cloud9 can and will go right at him. Blaber, in their first game of the LCS, actually went red to top on Taliyah, immediate gank, and they just do a flash setup. You can stun into the seismic shove. If you have no hookshot, you have no flash in those early levels. It's an easy gank to pull off. In game 2, he went at him with the Udyr. That was when they were playing against Huni, I do believe. So we have seen them punish this flashless Camille. And it's kind of funny that 3 games in a row now in the LCS, Camille with Ignite is played against Cloud9. We'll see if they can punish it again here.
And one thing that I'm looking at coming into this, right, is these two teams came into the LCS this year, and not just, regular season talking about this week, but the lock-in tournament as a whole, the 3 weeks that we've already seen. Very different expectations. C9 was one of the ones that everybody expected to be at the top. Immortals, one of the ones everybody expected to be very much the opposite. But remember that Immortals did take down Team Liquid in their first regular season game of the entire season just a couple of days ago, and then they lost to Golden Guardians the next day. So this is a team that we're kind of having trouble figuring out exactly where they lie, but clearly their ceiling is pretty high up there.
It is. It's definitely very high, and I already like the early ward from Revenge. That, I think, is a nod to the games that they have already seen Cloud9 play. As we can see some nice trading happen down there on the bot side for Cloud9. Probably able to land a couple spears over onto Destiny, and he's already getting pretty low, so they are going to lose the push completely. That's the 3rd straight spear, I think, that has hit him, and going to cost Destiny a couple of his potions, but Revenge is very clearly worried about that potential gank. As we know, Blaber is actually looking like he's just doing a bot side clear, would be up towards top side at a much later timing. So I'm going to be interested to see if anyone else is going to drop a ward for him. If Xerxe is going to get an early pink and try to protect up on the top side or play for top side scuttle. Because when you go for these early level wards, the level 1 wards as a top laner, it feels good to protect from those first ganks. But when there is a full clear timing or a later gank timing, you actually have no ward to watch out. So if you haven't gone back to base and got a pink or something, you are vulnerable, just at a different timing.
And especially on a champion that doesn't have a flash, right?
Oh.
It's that much easier to end up getting punished, but they're not worried about getting punished, my friend. They are the ones doing the punishing. As they invade the enemy jungle to steal the blue buff away, Xerxe is going to keep it there inside that brush.
This is going to be contested.
Get this one secured. Blaber is going to walk up here. This could very easily be a smite fight. No, it will not. Lillia picks it up in time, and Blaber, having almost no mana left on the Taliyah and no blue buff with which to fight, arrives to see that stolen away. Swirl Seed won't hit the target. Xerxe tries to keep on moving forward there with the blooming blows. Blaber finding a good trade here onto him nice and early. Seismic shove, forcing the flash. He don't need any mana to win out in fights like this. Xerxe's going back in with the Eve, but he just did not understand the damage potential of that 1v1, and Blaber takes first blood.
That is such a disaster. Blaber just straight up outplays Xerxe in that 1v1. No blue buff, no mana, no problem. Blaber avoided everything. Now that's first blood and double buffs, and guess what? He's done. You maybe just lost the game. You maybe just lost the game off that fight. He even used his flash. Doesn't even use it to get away, keeps fighting after it. Blaber didn't even have to expend the flash. That is such a disaster. I cannot overstate enough how bad this is for Immortals, as he just got straight up outplayed. Everything was missing here. Blaber backstepping through pretty much all of those early damages, avoiding 2 out of the 3 Qs, then gets the double buffs from his opponent, kills off the scuttle to regen, and this is an easy dive now. Remember, it's the point and click stun. You see the rage onto Fudge, empowered W into the Q, the seismic shove there to land. They get the kill on the top side after immediately killing Xerxe. Blaber is fed. Revenge now. That was also his Ignite. So he's lost his kill pressure. He's lost his TP. His jungler is way behind. And that is just so tragic for Immortals.
Wow. You could make a whole list of things, Azael, called ways I want to start a game of League of Legends. And if you're Immortals, that would be nowhere in the same town, city, state, municipality, or country, or planet of that list. That could not have gone worse here for this Immortals squad. They got a lot of work to do to get back to a good point here, as we've got an engage from Vulcan in the bottom side. Just a little bit of trading back and forth, but back up here in top lane, man. Revenge with no summoner spells, Fudge with both, and what is that? Blaber's paying a repeat visit, looking for the seismic shove, and there it is. Blaber on a killing spree 5 minutes in.
Yeah, the early play, that's going to go in the same book as what we just saw, and that's the book of things you hate to see here on Immortals. That is a rough one, as Revenge trying to push in here, but they've lost full topside control. Blaber is so much stronger. The jungler for Immortals is down on that bottom side. Sure, you spot Blaber, but Taliyah has tier 2 boots off the early kills, has the move speed when you're actually close to the walls there. So despite the fact that Revenge does see him and react coming in from that gank, Taliyah is so damn fast at that point that it's already too late. And now they're going to zone him off this wave. Perkz has moved topside with Blaber, so you don't even get to look at that farm. You don't even get to smell the experience dying to the tower. You just got to know you're losing everything as Revenge here. Now he's going to try to threaten to walk forward, but Cloud9 just kept waiting, and he might be dead again.
And they're bringing even more people to the bully party this time around. Perkz is getting himself involved. He's getting the first non-Blaber kill for Cloud9 this game. 4-0, 6.5 minutes in, and top lane has already crumbled.
All right, you're just not allowed to play without a flash against Cloud9. This is like a vendetta. They're just, how dare you not bring flash to the top lane against us? 3 straight games. Teams have tried it. 3 straight games Cloud9 have camped for and punished their top lane when their opponents do not bring that flash. And Revenge is just comically behind now, as Raes also in trouble on that bottom side.
Putting some damage back into Vulcan, though, but they are going right back in for him. Vulcan grabbing a kill on that one, and now he can back right back away. Blaber is here to save the day. Destiny tries to flash on out, but the flash follow from Zven makes sure Cloud9 just keeps getting paid. 6-0.
They are crushing it here in the 3rd game of this spring split. Cloud9 really firing in all cylinders, killing them across the map. And you can see the amount of burst coming through here. I really do think that Immortals kind of underestimated the burst coming across. The Lucian was already dead, but Lucian was actually sitting at almost full stacks of the plasma. It was just 1 auto missing, and Vulcan had fully charged his passive on the Pantheon. So Lucian's pretty healthy. He was sitting around 40-50% HP, but when that flash comes in, you get the last proc of the plasma, you get the empowered spear, which has the execute on it, and all of a sudden, the burst just lands all at once, and Lucian goes down immediately.
Okay, we got a little bit of help coming in from Immortals, but the same help showing up here from Cloud9. Fudge has to survive here a little bit longer, slashing and dashing, going right back in. Fudge stays alive, he gets the outplay, he gets the kill, and he gets the backup, so now they're feeling all right here. Yeah, Xerxe shows up, but he's got no mana. No potential for them to find anything back. 7-0. Every minute that passes is another kill for Cloud9, Azael.
And that was a solo kill for Fudge up there. Yes, Vulcan helped to chase away the continuation of the play and potentially kept Fudge alive, but geez, that Crocodile is no joke up in the top lane, really far ahead at this point, and Fudge is on a mission. Revenge, you are not going to have any fun today, sir.
Revenge 0-4-0 on the Camille. Everybody from Cloud9 paying a bit. Okay, so let's actually count this, Azael. We had Blaber up there for the first blood, where you got the outplay and then the follow-up kill in topside. We had Blaber up there again, Blaber plus Perkz, and now Vulcan. Zven is the only person without a little sticker on his shirt that said, I visited top lane and I loved it. Cloud9.
Gotta get the participation ribbon. Get up there.
Yeah, everybody is coming up here to help Fudge just slam this 1v1. And there it goes again with a little bit more trading coming out. Revenge, they're trying to get him to bait the hook shot. Revenge doesn't go for it, though. Now he can get back away. Still loses half of his health. Blaber's still going further forward. Revenge at 200 HP. And now he can hook shot away and stay alive.
To be honest, I'm a little confused why Blaber didn't just use the seismic shove on the Renekton stun, because there's nothing that Revenge could have really done about that. But maybe just wasn't ready for it. Either way, they chunk him out. They send him back to base. He's basically melee minion status at this point. He's got the garage sale in the inventory, a couple Doran's blades, got a red rock, and not much else going on there, man. Inventory is looking pretty sad as Fudge is approaching that completed Gore Drinker.
Red rock, steak knife, old t-shirt, and a little miniature from playing Dungeons & Dragons or something. This is not an inventory to go up against a man who is an extremely angry crocodile with an incredible CS lead. As a TP showing up bottom lane, Blaber's going in there. They want to get this going all the way in with a backup on the semi-globals. Fudge going in for the stun on to Raes. You're seeing Vulcan doing the same thing. The focus is split, but it doesn't even matter. Double kill for Cloud9. 10 minutes, 9 kills.
It just keeps on coming. Cloud9 going right at Immortals. Multiple semi-globals there coming through. Blaber ulting in on Taliyah. The Pantheon ultimate coming through. Fudge TPing in at the same time. When you see the TP getting dropped there from Fudge right on the minion in front of them, you're kind of thinking, well, what's going on here? But then the semi-globals come through at the exact same moment. Everything comes together. The CC, the chase down. Immortals react right away, but again, Blaber's already behind you. Lands the seismic shove and sidesteps both the Zenith Blade plus the ultimate from Leona. Blaber's movement has been so on point in this game. He's 5-0-2. Ridiculously strong at this point. He's already got 8 stacks on the Dark Seal, plus nearly completed his Ludens and the Tier 2 boots, and we're at 11 minutes into the game.
Ever since that blue buff getting stolen and the fight right after, it has been a diffy in the jiffy. That is just the way a game of League of Legends will sometimes go, and Blaber is playing out of his mind on this Taliyah. And his mind is telling him, get back up to top lane because Revenge has been alive for more than 6 seconds, and that's got to be fixed. Oh, boy. Okay, Sven's coming up there. Okay. Oh, no, never mind. He's just going mid. Okay, takes his last cone. He's going to catch the wave in mid. So Zven does not get his participation in the top lane kill here just yet. Destiny rotating up here. Still 2 minutes left on plates, so this turret's not going to fall immediately. Fudge will need to put a little bit more work into that one, but considering Immortals have 3 players in the neighborhood, that means Cloud9's just going to back themselves up. But look at how reactively Immortals must play now. They are so far behind because of this incredible early game and awesome jungle tempo from Blaber.
And it just gets harder because now you've lost that bot lane turret. You can send Perkz down to the side lane, and now you have an extended side lane where who are you going to put in the 1v1 against this Yone, who's actually really strong at this point? Orianna does not want to be playing in an extended lane against a Yone. The Camille is way too far behind to lane against anything. You don't want the Lucian down there either. And anyone who goes to answer, if you move past that tier 2 tower, you are in danger of getting Pantheon plus Taliyah ultimated, of getting TP'd on potentially, even by Fudge. The follow-up is easy from Zven. If you get knocked up by the Yone, Zven could be behind him and Kaisa ultimate in. So bad goes to worse, honestly, here for Immortals. It's just so tough for them to really play around that bottom side of the map right now.
Immortals 6,000 gold and 1 Drake. So one little Cloud Drake on top of that too. How far behind they are with the first turret of the game already taken down there. Remember that top lane turret only has a single plate left on it as well. 1 plate off of the mid lane turret means that with only 30 seconds left, it's a 10 plate to 1 plate difference that's also contributing to this massive gold difference between these 2 squads here. Mythic items will start coming along here pretty soon. You already mentioned the Ludens for the Taliyah. I believe that is Medjai's Soul Stealer up and running here too. And why not, man? Why not build Medjai's Soul Stealer in a game where you're 5-0-2 at 13 minutes in? You're just riding your own hype, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he's feeling himself right now, and who can blame him? He has been smurfing this game, absolutely dominating from the early 1v1 against Xerxe, outplaying him with the side steps, forcing out the flash, getting the first blood, immediate kill top lane, and he has never slowed down. He has incredible farm. When you think about how active he has been on the map, how many ganks he has been a part of, it's pretty crazy to realize that the jungler is sitting at 122 CS at 14 minutes. That feels like the kind of numbers you would be expecting from someone who's just AFK farming the whole time, saying, wait for late game, guys, I scale, but he's been everywhere.
This is normally the CS score you get from the guy who types at the beginning of the game, me no gank till 6, play safe. But no, He's
from your
ganked.
Rage Blade Yi.
Yeah, from Rage Blade Yi from 4 seasons ago. And now Blaber's doing the same thing on the Taliyah with 7 out of 9 kill participation. Absolutely incredible stuff from him so far. Second highest KP on the team is 5 out of 9, and that's for Fudge because so much of the conflict has been in that top half of the map. And there you go. Thank you so much, production and observers and graphics and everybody. Look at the gold difference.
Yeah.
3 players on Cloud9 are your top earners. The first time somebody from Immortals hits the list, it's Insanity at number 4, and he is 1,700 gold behind Blaber.
So, to summarize, Revenge is very poor, and Blaber is very rich.
Ah, thank you,
No
Economist Azael, for explaining how things have broken down here in this mid lane as, oh boy, we have Shelly summoned up too. 15.5 minutes in means, yes, no extra money for taking down the plates, but who needs plates when you can take the whole damn turret? Cloud9 knocking down that last link in the chain of outer defenses here for Immortals. Icathian Rain just shredding Raes' health bar as Cloud9 will continue grabbing a bit more damage onto the tier 2. Need one more minion wave to take that one down.
You smell that, Flowers? That's smelling like maybe a perfect game coming in the air here from Cloud9, as they have not lost an objective, they have not lost a tower, they have not been killed off even a single time. We'll see how much fun they want to have with the end of this game, but they are in the position where this could be that potential perfect game.
Well, there's some of the fun you're talking about, man. They go in looking for the kill on Destiny. The flash keeps him alive, but without it, he was doomed. And the whole squad is ready to just rotate down to bottom now. You were talking about how no one can answer Perkz in the bottom lane. Vulcan doesn't care. Oh, no, Insanity! He sombreroed the shockwave, and Blaber goes in looking for the kill. The Ignite is still going, but it will not find it. Revenge is here now, frontlining against the entirety of C9, chasing down after Zven, but they cannot chase. That was an absolute mess.
Well, they want to have a lot of fun. That question has been answered. If Vulcan died to that tower and that was how they lost the perfect game, would have been hilarious. And now Perkz TPing to top lane with 10% HP probably realizes, I should not have TP'd to top lane with 10% HP, and he's getting out of there.
Okay, Cloud9 is so fun to watch because they can go from being the best hope of North America to a Diamond 4 Flex Q team in 2 seconds. And they'll still come back and go right back to one of the best hopes for North America.
Oh.
As Perkz is jumping in there, Insanity sidestepping away from some of the skill shots, but Zven is here, grabbing some nice damage with the Q. Insanity still don't have his shockwave ready to go from that play down bottom, and Blaber swoops in. Hey man, can't be having a kill without Blaber getting some KP.
Yeah, screw that. He takes the kill itself, up to 12 stacks now on the Magi's. He's got that bonus move speed. Going to be moving his way across that map even faster now at this point. Maybe going to look for a pick here on Fudge, but I don't know if they have the damage. We'll see.
Okay, Fudge jumps away, and they do not. Just a quick slide over the wall there, and he is back to safety. No problem, my friend. Still not a single death on the Cloud9 roster.
Question asked and question answered, and now we're going to see this clean dive here from Cloud9. Perkz tanking up the tower. Vulcan and Blaber going deep. Almost do kill off Insanity. This is where the clown music starts playing as the minion's dead. And they're like, oh, wait, am I going to die? Oh, God, get me out of here. Vulcan hits him with the thumbs up in the penguin dab as they get out of dodge, keeping their hopes of that perfect game alive.
Okay, perfect game still intact. That's all that matters, right? Even though there was a little bit of a close moment down there underneath the bottom side tier 2, it's C9 with a 10-0 lead, 2 Drakes to nothing, 4 turrets to nothing. And Immortal, Isaac, this is normally in, a closer game of League of Legends where I would pose you a question about how do you get back into the game from this point if you're Immortals, like what's the proactive game plan? But I think we're a bit past that here in this particular game of League of Legends.
I would say so, yes. I mean, you're praying. If you want an answer, it's praying for a pick, right? And that's really your only chance. There's no way you ever win a team fight that is even remotely reasonable from Cloud9. So your only hope is Cloud9 maybe going for a little bit of limit testing, try to pick someone off in a side lane. They do have good engage, with the Leona, with the Lillia. Sleep someone up, see if you can chase him down and kill him off, as they're going to be looking for Perkz here.
Oh, nicely done to use the ulti to buffer the movement through the sleep, making sure he got enough distance to not fall down to Immortals, as they did rotate multiple players up there. So I like the attempt from Immortals going for it, but Perkz had the answer, man.
Yeah, that's all you can do, though, really, right? You know, you have to start roaming around as a 3, 4, 5-man squad and just pray that Cloud9 is not respecting the opportunity that you have to maybe get a pick off. That's what Immortals has got to look for, because Cloud9 is just so comically ahead. You know, you're looking at some of these items over on their side, and then you're looking over at the inventories on Immortals. It's really, really rough, you know, especially for Revenge, who still doesn't actually have that first item completed here. Cloud9 just straight up doing the Baron at 20 minutes. There's no vision of this whatsoever, and it's so scary for Immortals to even move forward and check this. By the time Xerxe gets in range, it's gone.
It's already done, man. They got Kaisa. They have one of the best Baron clearing champions in the game. Zven and Vulcan were waiting at that pit, pinging Baron at 1957. They began that at the earliest possible moment. So we're going to see this Red Bull Baron buff probably be used to just bulldoze over the remaining structures in the Immortals base. I know that this is a pretty ambitious thing to say, but I can easily see this game ending on this Baron push.
Easily, easily, especially as you're realizing second items are now coming through for a lot of these guys. Blaber has his Zhonya so he can get aggressive. He still has the Mage Eyes, and he even has a blasting rod on top of that. The QSS is in there for Perkz so he can get aggressive. Zven is on 2 items. The Xerxe is completed for Fudge. They are just so insanely ahead. Zven could even get really crazy if he wants, but he is going to play it a little bit more safe. They want to close this one out cleanly, it looks like, so they're going to wait for Fudge to have the top lane fully pushed up.
Vulcan, face checking goes into the stasis, buying himself a moment here. Perkz coming in from the side. Vulcan will die. Insanity ruins the perfect game, but it is a trade back. 2 for 1. Cloud9 still winning out on the trade, picking up a third, picking up a fourth. C9 just destroys everybody wearing an Immortals jersey.
But Immortals, they'll take that dub. You take those. No perfect game for you, Cloud9. You may have the win, but you don't have the perfect game. Cloud9, though, cleaning everybody up here. Vulcan, no flash. He does go into the stopwatch, but they're committed to the kill. You love to see it, but Perkz on the side going in with the ulti, had the QSS, getting aggressive, crushing through multiple members, and then Zven, Blaber, ulting in offensive, knows he has the Zhonyas, can make time for Zven to clear everybody up as Cloud9 are destroying Immortals. 22 minutes into this game, they are 14,000 gold ahead. They have 3 dragons to none. They have dismantled their opponents.
Yeah, damage dealt in the last team fight. Neither top laner played, so this is everybody right now probably want to press print screen next time you want to complain about top lane not impacting the game. Just use this for your meme posts on Twitter. But that was not even required to have Fudge in there to get that done. What? Where did he go?
25 stacks.
Where did he go?
He went into the book, Flowers. Can't you see? He's another page. Page number 25, Xerxe.
Wow. Okay, well, Cloud9 is now pushing up into the base here once again. Yes, they took down the tier 3 in both mid lane and bottom lane, but they want to make this a clean sweep. Approaching from the side now. They've got a 5v4 for 10 seconds. That one little cannon minion is just putting a couple of little shots into the turret there, but C9 can take the inhibitors, man. There's no fight for this.
No, not at all. There's no inhibitor towers on that bottom side. They're just escorting in these Baroned up minions, and then they're going to threaten the dive here on Immortals on that top side. Immortals have to answer now at their Nexus towers, but Cloud9 is already wrapping around on you and will take that final inhibitor tower here. 23.5 into the game. They are threatening a potential end here as they're cleaning up those last hits.
There it is. Look at the damage coming out towards Cloud9. They shut down Blaber. They shut down Vulcan, and Immortals has won themselves a fight. They'll keep on chasing, but Perkz is going in trying to turn it back around. Damage coming through. Destiny drops first. Xerxe drops second. Perkz continuing to try to style on these guys as Zven provides the backup damage. Fudge keeps the chase going forward. Cloud9, despite losing 2 players at the onset of the fight, turns it around in the 3v5 off of Perkz' big ulti, and they still manage to walk the remaining 3 players out.
Great engage there from Immortals, though, staying alive in this game for a little bit longer. They get a couple kills. They get the big shutdown off of Blaber, but there's still so much gold in the pockets of the rest of this Cloud9 team. So even if you kill off Blaber, as they were able to at the start of the fight, you still have to deal with 3 carries that are monstrously ahead on the Cloud9 side. Here it is one more time.
Look. Yeah.
Destiny looking for the engage here, finds him. Flash going straight in, stun, the shockwave, the ultimate, everything layered over top. That was a clean CC chain from Immortals, not even allowing Blaber to get that Zhonya's off. But then the turn here, Perkz flashes in, Fudge flashes in, stunning up Xerxe. He goes into the Zhonya's, but Zven is there waiting and just barely not able to finish off Revenge as he's able to hookshot out to safety. But they do lose the inhibitors, and they are up against it.
Baron respawning here in a little over 1 minute. Only 1 inhibitor remaining. Oh boy, here comes Pantheon. They use the defensive Leona ulti to get everybody away, but now that is a big team fight tool that is no longer ready to go. Cloud9 marching it into the enemy base here once more. Yeah, 1 more minute till Baron, but it would look so much cooler to just win the game without it. Top lane inhibitor still standing, but not for long. Zven putting the last couple of autos in this one. And welcome to the sights, sounds, and smells of your base. With 2 super minions spawning every wave, you will not be experiencing anything else for a while. Immortals are stuck on the defense, and Cloud9 continues to pressure the last bastion of defense here. Blaber goes for the damage, Insanity with the flash away to stay alive. Blaber in the stasis, gets away in time with a flash thereafter. First Nexus turret already falling as Xerxe goes poof. Right in the back line goes Fudge, providing opportunities for even more kills for the whole squad. Blaber is just yeeting everybody all over this rift, pulling them right back out of the fountain, grabbing a double kill. It's Insanity still left alive, but Immortals got absolutely dismantled here in this game. Cloud9 ends it 21-3.
What a stomp from Cloud9. Most dominant game we have seen this year. For sure, they absolutely crushed Immortals, and Blaber deserving of so much of the credit for that. The 1v1 at the scuttle, killing off Xerxe, shutting down what was a good plan and invade from Immortals early on. Stealing away that blue buff looked like it was going to go well, but Blaber just straight up outplayed him, sidestepped 2 of those Qs, forced out the flash, kills him off, immediate gank top, kills off the Ignite Camille, he gets dove, and it just snowballed out of control from there. Cloud9 looking ridiculously good and putting everyone on notice. No more Ignite Camille against Cloud9. It is banned.